Beso. Kinaigit. Beso. Hello friends, we're back for another My Hero Academia reaction. Today we're checking out Season 7, Episode 4. Now in the last episode, we got the reveal of the forgotten plot hole of who is the traitor, right? Me personally, I thought it was either gonna be Midnight or Cementos. Some friends of mine that was watching the show along with me was suspecting Ectoplasm or Principal Nezu, right? I think Principal Nezu would be too obvious. And I could get behind Ectoplasm, but I just kind of felt Midnight was a little too, was a little too shady. I thought Cementos, right? It would be perfect for Cementos because he's too helpful, right? Building all these constructions. It would be weird to like suspecting after he's contributed so much to the school. But yeah, we got to see Hagakure's face, right? Maybe in future episodes she'll finally control how to use her quirk and turn human form, right? Or turn it off, I guess that would be the correct phrasing. So yeah, Aoyama is the traitor, and we're gonna, I guess in the next few episodes we're gonna make a plan to like draw Allforone out using him. Without further ado, let's check out the next episode.
Hey guys, maybe you should hit pause for a second and think this through. A crime is a crime. I hate to point this out, but you're the ones who are hurt most by his actions. Do you really want to trust an admitted traitor?
That is true.
Yes, sir. We can put his actions in the past.
But we don't know where his loyalty
so we have to take some
lies, though.
responsibility too. He's our classmate, and he's sitting in front of us weeping like the epitome of despair.
I'm not forgetting what I went through after the training camp. I think 5 howitzer blasts will make up for that, though.
Oh, because yeah, he got kidnapped, right?
He is right. Aoyama only went along with Allforeone's orders because there was no way he could beat him. Now we have a shot. Plus, he told his parents he wanted to stop, didn't he? And Aoyama, you gotta remember, no one cared that Midoriya was born quirkless. We didn't turn on him. Now on, he wouldn't have to face anything alone.
Oh, he's still crying.
Aoyama, meddling when you don't have to is the essence of being a hero. You're still one of us. Listen to them, Aoyama.
Everybody calm down. There are still protocols we have to follow.
Calm
Now we
down.
need these 3 to fully cooperate with our investigation. They've said Allforone won't fall for any lies. As you heard earlier, any dishonesty will be met with violence.
Not yet. Nothing solid.
Right. That's what I expected. Detective, as Class A's homeroom teacher, I also bear the blame for what's happened. And...
Dude, Aizawa looks like Solid Snake.
Aoyama, you can rest assured. I have no intention of expelling you from UA.
Yeah.
I know my students well, and I see a way forward.
You have a plan?
Here's what I propose we do.
Okay, Eraser's plan.
We'll need to examine each location thoroughly. But if the elements fall into place, this could work.
Yes. Success will depend on him, though.
We only have a week if we want to use our advantage. We can't just sit on our hands.
Yep, time pressured.
It's a plan worth considering. I'll take this back to HQ and start hashing out the particulars.
Good.
Basically unwearable at this point.
Yeah, mine too.
This isn't the time to stop training. We can still improve our quirks. Death. Guys, let's make sure we beat them.
Oh my god!
I have to be able to fight at a moment's notice. Ready for any opponent.
Oh, it's been a minute, Midoriya.
Oh!
How's it going?
And but he's comfortable with the tits now.
Sorry about the door. Did you two need something? Always happy to hear your equipment requests.
Danger sense didn't alert me. I must be more tired than I thought.
Please maintain
No,
composure.
because it
Anyway, hello again,
wasn't
Hatsume.
dangerous.
We stopped by because we're hoping you have spare time to work on our costumes.
Why not ask the item agency since they usually handle those kind of repairs?
Well, don't tell me. Is Hatsume totally unaware of the current state of the country?
No way.
Hatsume, can't we get through one day without the lab exploding? You two are here to get costumes repaired,
Power
is that right?
loader,
Come on
right?
in. Research and development. The entire support course is helping out.
Oh, wow, this is incredible.
Whoa, fancy mid-gauntlets. They utilize the latest in compression technology.
They're prototypes from the US, so I can't just buy new ones. You think you'd be able to fix them?
Would you need them soon?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're out of luck then. Sorry. They're completely trash. I'd have to make you new ones from scratch.
Don't you worry. We can make you new gear.
We're Hatsume's classmates.
All right.
Very kind of you.
Side characters.
Nah, don't worry about it.
I have to admit, I'm surprised. A tech prodigy like her would normally jump at the chance to take on difficult projects like these.
She's probably doing something else.
Hatsume, what are you working on right now?
Something of a higher scale. Yep, that's what it looks like.
Hatsume's been vital as we look at ways to reinforce the UA barrier. Specifically, she keeps coming up with new mechanisms that'll help with evacuations.
This is why she doesn't know what's happening outside the school. She's completely focused on designing new inventions. We're lucky to have somebody like her working behind the scenes.
This
Don't be so
is what I like about the
You
show.
sound as dense as polyethylene.
Sorry,
We're making use of all the characters, right? It's not wasted that we met all these characters. We're using them,
That's why
right?
we're pouring so many hours into our innovations. We're trying to protect people too, with our skill. I couldn't make the exact same gauntlets. These are inferior to your last ones. But if you can live with that, please put those babies to good use.
All right.
got built-in gloves? Did you make those with your left hand just now?
Oh,
This isn't a one-to-one replica of the armor you destroyed, but make the most of it.
wow.
We just found our measuring tape.
I guess we'll work on something else.
That's the quickest path to victory.
All
in this
right,
like the one
Mount
we're in.
Lady.
If we hesitate or freeze in fear, they'll get the upper hand.
I wonder, will Aoyama come around?
I
Mm-hmm.
believe in him. He'll definitely return, and we'll fight this fight together.
Hopefully that doesn't backfire on us.
That's true. We cannot assume that Aoyama will stick to the plan.
That's enough yapping
We
for
need
now.
a plan B
Midoriya,
in
Bakugo,
case
and Todoroki.
we're
Listen
the
up.
ones that's
Each of you
betrayed.
will form a separate team and spread out. UA High School Hero Course Class 1A. It's time you join the search.
All right. What about 1B?
Meanwhile, elsewhere.
All right, output level 100.
Oh!
The less intel we'll get about the villains. It's a shame.
With the way things are going, we won't be able to launch any surprise
Oh.
attacks. Neither side
Did
will hold
Nejire
anything
cut
back
her
from this
hair?
point forward.
She looks a bit
Feel it
different.
in the air.
Yeah, yeah.
Terrible total war is about to break out in earnest.
Oof.
Several police teams have even moved operations closer so they can collaborate in secret.
So, Plan B.
Paranormal
We should go over
liberation.
important points again to ensure we're all on the same page. Young Aoyama is on site, but we're still waiting on his test results.
His confession threw us for a loop. It's only natural that we're second-guessing loyalties. Fortunately, each of you has been deemed trustworthy based on various factors
Hopefully,
and your past actions.
Hawks
Clear.
has complete wings by the
Endeavor,
time
Genus,
this hits
and
the
other key
fan.
heroes are currently in the field.
We're the wild pussycats!
Yuko and the others weren't included.
My
Aww.
apologies. It's not like we suspect them of wrongdoing.
Shigaraki and his fiends are out there using my search ability for evil. My claws are out to stop them. Let's begin. What are the important points you mentioned?
Splitting up our foes. Based on the data recovered from Star and Stripe's fight, Tomura Shigaraki is currently far more powerful than Allforone.
I would agree.
And I know that everyone is aware of how strong Allforone is. You no doubt saw the reports from Kamino. The two of them can communicate via radio waves, but also through a shared consciousness. We first noticed this during the attack on Tartarus, but we don't know much about it. He knew that if Star called his name, she'd be able to impose any rules she wanted onto him.
Yep, that makes sense.
Right now, we're scoping out battlegrounds. The goal is for us to keep them at least 10 kilometers apart. Consider that the minimum distance.
Yeah, because if they can coordinate, that would be really
Of course, they're likely
problematic.
expecting as much. They'll do their best to counter our plan.
Yep.
Exactly right, Suguchi.
He could warp them, right? He has the
Dabi's
warp
fearsome
core.
flame will burn everything in its path.
This is going. If we want to separate Allforone and Shigaraki, then we'll also have to send Dabi away.
He's not our only concern, though.
That's right. To win this,
Yeah.
we have to scatter everybody, their entire vanguard.
Oh.
We must lure out the enemy, divide them, and systematically crush them.
Considering how things have gone so far, aren't we being a little optimistic?
If this was easy, we'd have done it by now.
True.
Yes, he was born without a quirk, but then used as a pawn his entire life.
Look, I feel bad for the kid, but we can't make a decision based on empathy for him. He still knowingly sold out the entire world. In my position, you learn to judge somebody based on their actions.
I understand.
Although you could argue that,
The boy will see
you know,
the light.
kids make mistakes more, right? You don't have like wisdom
Another
yet.
person. His homeroom teacher.
Oh yes.
Shota Aizawa.
So the quirk that let Allforone seal Lady Nagant's fate must have been acquired after All Might defeated him in Camino. Come to think of it, if Allforone were able to plant a bomb in a person that would explode if they ever betrayed him, he wouldn't have had to make an example out of some pawn by killing them, or threaten to murder someone who lied to him. Instead, Allforone relied on something else. He planted a seed of fear in this boy and his parents.
But also that I can't twinkle like they do.
Oh, let me twinkle too.
It's like the more they believe in me, the harder they try to help, the less I'm able to believe in myself. Even if I could take their hands, what if Allforone appears in front of me and I end up betraying them again?
Yeah, that's a concern.
You may not be able to call UA home anymore.
Yep.
Your classmates were being nice about this because they're your friends. I am your teacher, though. My duty is to be honest with you. The fear planted inside of him must be ripped out by the root. You must keep fighting. It's the only option you have. Got that?
I'm not stupid! I know we have to beat him, obviously!
And though you may be miserable, you're going to stand beside your class. Like they
Oh, Aizawa!
We will protect you. I promise. As long as you stick with those kids, you'll be okay.
But sir, what difference can one person make?
You'd be surprised.
Criminal.
He's got to be scared out of his mind. The teachers, the pro heroes, everybody. That path ahead of us is a path we'll all walk together.
Yep. Okay, that's the episode. All right. So, when I think about the episode, we didn't. Yeah, this was probably the least things we got this episode. We learn about something. Man, I forgot her name. The support girl. She's working on something big. What the fuck? An evacuation plan, right? Something like this. We get briefed about having like a search party, right? Which is very concerning because it's hard to united we stand, right? Divided we fall, and that would give Allforone an opportunity to like take the quirks of some heroes, some of the weaker ones, the more vulnerable ones, right? Like Frappy, Mineta, Tailman, you know, Uraraka, you know, very vulnerable characters. So That being said, we also get the scene with Aizawa trying to read Aoyama, convince him that this is the play. This is the play. And it's one of those things that you need constant affirmation, right? You need that constantly to really drive it into your head that we need to do this, so that when the moment comes, there is no doubt, right? It becomes second nature to you that, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do. So he's still trying to get Aoyama on that page just to make sure that there's no double crossing on their part, right? So that's basically what we got this episode. Hopefully next episode we get something more solid, right? Because this one was kind of just a setup, right? Like last episode was a sort of setup. This was a setup, but we didn't really get much of the plan, right? They're still hiding the plan from us. I feel like at this point in the story, they already have the plan done, right? Or they're already maybe halfway through the plan, but they're not telling us. They're not telling the audience, right? I think that's something going on because you saw All Might with the chief of police, right? With Hawks, and they're really brainstorming the plan at this moment. So yeah, if you guys like the content, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to support your boy even more, links to Patreon down in the description. And put some beso. Your boy needs a little beso. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Cheers.